Well, it depends what Arab country. I mean, let's say in Jordan. So I think the Shami will work fine. The amount needs to be, of course, I mean, it needs to be increased. You have to supplement it with additional materials. So basically, I assume that it is like an intensive program and we have like 20 hours per week, right? So what you can use this as your base, but try to produce more materials, like video, bring more videos to the class, do more songs, cultural things, cultural expressions. Yeah, so in first year, but it needs to be expanded. The Ammiya needs to be expanded. I think for the Fusha, it's appropriate. But the Ammiya, this is what we have. If we are in country, the Ammiya colloquial needs to be expanded significantly, especially if they are starting with the language, because they have many functions, communicative functions that they have to perform. So you need to supplement it.
A lot of the online exercises are primarily in Fusha, but a lot of the drills early on, the vocabulary drills and matching drills and so on and so forth, recognition drills actually mix, and drills will mix Fusha and both Masri and Shami. But they will mix in forms that will be recognizable to students, no matter, so they're kind of shared forms with maybe a little bit of difference in pronunciation. So we are sort of working in a little bit of colloquial into sort of, say, vocabulary matching and kind of drills that you'll see on the website. A lot of the colloquial component that's done outside of class are in the form of the story and the hiwarat, or the dialogue. So it's material that students are listening to. So there's a lot of listening that goes on in Ammi, and I think a much greater quantity. The hiwarat, the dialogues, represent a fairly substantial listening component and a challenging one. So that makes a difference. Mahoud, do you have anything to add to that?
I want to add something else again for speaking in class. I mean, some people think that if we work on Ammiya, this means that we are students, these are like mutually exclusive. So if we do Ammiya, this means their ability in Fusha will be less. Our experience shows that this is not the case. Because again, if we are thinking of proficiency, overall proficiency in Arabic, you are working towards overall proficiency, and their ability to speak in Ammiya will enhance their ability to understand texts. And you can talk about your experience, how you approached Fusha through Ammiya as well. So don't feel that these things are mutually exclusive. It's basically we're working on the development of the overall strategy. And remember that, again, the sustained performance for them to be able to speak in Fusha exclusively, this is like at higher levels. I mean, we're talking about the superior level or the distinguished level. What we need to produce students who are able to go and speak in normal Arabic and not have people look at them like you are strange, or have people laugh at them, because it's not, except in Mexican soap operas, no one talk about these things in real life. Okay, can I ask Layla to say, since she is in about the experience when you have people coming, so you can.
Layla's teaching second year, and so she has students coming in with mixed background.
So as I was saying, this semester I'm teaching second year. So in one section I'm using Egyptian for consistency, and in the other one I'm using Shami. All these students, which are about 35, come from 6 different sections last year, first year, everyone with his own dialect. What I tell them in the first day is that, okay, last year in the spring we told them there is going to be 2 sections next year in the fall. This one will be taught in Egyptian, and this one will be taught in Shami. So you are free to choose whatever you like, if that matters to you. So on the first day, this fall, what I tell them is, okay, you have signed up to the section of the Shami dialect. This is what we're going to be focusing on. This is the vocab that you will be asked for. This is what we'll be using in class. And as Dr. Mahoud said, I have no problem with a student that uses whatever dialect he wants. I have a heritage student that struggles changing his dialect, of course, to the Egyptian, and he's in the Egyptian class because he couldn't sign up to another class. That's fine with me. But for example, for communicative purposes, when we work on Ammiya and we see the videos, they're required to do that, and they're fine with it. Yeah, they complain a little bit, oh, it's difficult, مش عارف إيه, blah, 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 but then they get used to it. You know, students, they like to complain sometimes, just... does that answer your question? Yeah, sometimes we add a small component in the quizzes for Ammiya, like for example, we give them a sentence in Fusha and ask them to translate it to Ammiya. So they know that they sometimes will be required to do that in the quiz as well. Thank you.
The idea, the most important thing here is for you to be, not to tell them it's correct. I mean, that's okay. As long as the other students understand them, that is fine. I mean, even we have a case now in my third year, my post-third year. We had some of our students in the flagship went to Morocco and came back. And there is a student. So basically we have Shami. Some people are speaking in Shami. Some are speaking in Egyptian. And there is a student, Foqash, Wa'lash, the other student was Shu Hadi Foqash. They will tell them. It's okay. This is, again, I mean, this is the linguistic tabbouleh of Arabic. And I say, okay, guys, as long as we understand each other, we are communicating, and that's fine. And I will be paying attention to the mistakes, the grammatical mistakes, and see if with the vocabulary that we are using. Okay, we'll take one more. It's coming to a theory, right? This is the first chapter that is, okay. So it should be sometime in July, but before. We will negotiate. We are trying to get for the summer. We are July, beginning of the summer.
We say publicly July.
But we will say privately we are trying to, for those who teach in the summer, and we are one of those who teach in the summer. So we're trying. So it is the same thing, the continuation of the same approach with much more, changing the methodology and enhancing that ability to, raising the bar also. The students are showing us that, okay, you teachers can expect more of us, and we are able to do it. So it's coming. Thank you.